In this video, I'm showing you how I taught myself to mirror write with my non-dominant hand. You must be patient. When you mirror write, your brain is having to recalibrate how you write. So be patient. You also want to go slow. Something that you do that is improvement over the last time you tried it, rejoice in that. In it for the long haul, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. You really only need 2 or 3 things to do this. Pencil or pen. The reason I chose to write with a pen is because that's what I want to journal with. If you want to do pencil, that's fine too. You also want tracing paper, and here's the reason why. You're going to first write out the letters of the alphabet with your hand that you normally write with. All of them. And I would run down the side of the page and then go to the middle of the tracing paper page and write the remaining letters. I'm starting with the capital letters, and you can start with whatever you like, but this is what I found was easiest for me to understand and do. When you have that, you're going to flip it over. Now, you're going to take your other hand. I suggest you do with your non-dominant hand because that way your brain will understand. With this hand, we always write backwards, and you're going to trace over the letters. It's in your writing. Your brain understands that. You can see it, and you're going to trace each letter over and over and over again. Yes, it's slow. This will help you. There were several days, what I did is I just traced letters. And this is not sped up. This is exactly how slow I went. I will speed you up for the rest of them, but I would work my way down the page and just trace each letter. I think I'm doing this like 5 times here, but on days I actually was practicing mirror writing, I don't know, I'd spend a minute a letter and just keep on tracing. We're trying to retrain our brain. The next step is to move on from just tracing to writing beside the letter. I would have the letter that you're looking at, whether it's a printout or your handwriting, and then you are going to copy that letter to the side. You see, mine are not all perfect, and you'll notice that if you ever change the size of the writing, like normally I write smaller, the letters will not be as nice looking. So I am now writing a little bit smaller, my letters look a little bit better, and you're just going to fill up a page with letters, just like you were in kindergarten. Just want to learn one word. You can do this too. So here's my name on tracing paper, and I'm going to flip it and then just trace it over and over again. If you do this enough times, you'll be able to write your name without tracing. There you go. It's the same process as the letters, but it's easier to learn how to do the letters first and then put it all together. It's also easier, you'll notice, to use cursive since the letters connect. If you haven't noticed by now, to learn mirror writing is not a fast process, but there is such a reward that comes from it. It'll actually make you draw better as well with your non-dominant hand. So let's move on to lowercase. And the same process repeats. We write out all the lowercase alphabet, double up the columns if you need to, and then you're going to flip it just like you did before. The letters are traced again and again and again and again. Just like you did with the uppercase, you're going to repeat with the lowercase. You're going to first trace it, and then you're going to write that letter next to it over and over and over again. You can write on the tracing paper. You can write on a different paper. It's fine too. You can also do the process with a capital letter and a lowercase together. You trace them first, and then you write them. Here's my upper and lowercase letter. I flipped it over, and now I'm going to write them. It's like a repeat of grade school. Uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, again and again. This might have taken me, a few days to do, but it was the summertime and I was off work since I'm a teacher. And so I just made it a goal. You're having to retrain your brain and your fine motor skills in whatever hand you're choosing to mirror write in. So I am right-handed. I'm writing with my left hand. I have never written or drawn with my left hand up until this point. I'm having to retrain my brain. So when I started, I had to go slow. And this is what worked best for me, for my brain to see my own handwriting. So let me show you some of my journals that My very first mirror writing attempts, and they're pretty bad. They're pretty rough. It looks like a little kid learning how to write, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. And then I go, wow, I came so far. And then the next journal, I actually wrote in Spanish in my left hand, mirror writing. And then this little journal right here is one I take on the go, and it's completely in my left hand, including drawings. So you will find that if you write with your non-dominant hand, especially in mirror writing, you will get better at drawing as well. Now, they are scratchy, they are harder to control than my right hand, but I'm getting better. I have more control. This is all with my non-dominant hand. And oh my goodness, I even invested in a set of pens, little cheap ballpoint pens I only use with my non-dominant hand. So this whole thing is full of that. Sometimes I have to take a break, but I keep it with me at all times in my purse. And there you go. That's how I did it. The longer I write with my non-dominant hand, mirror writing, the more it actually resembles my normal handwriting with my other hand that I use all the time. If you journal, if you art journal, if you like slow living or meditative journaling or anything meditative art related, you will actually find very much fulfillment if you attempt it and start to have some success. It is like my own personal little secret that I do, and I'll write notes to people in it. It's always fun to see their faces like, what is this? And then they can flip it. And like everything, you may find this process does not work for you, or you may find that it helps you tremendously. This is just what I did to help my brain wrap it around the idea of writing completely backwards with a hand I hardly ever use. Thank you for joining me today, and good luck, have fun, and as always, happy arting.